My child, before you scroll away, before you close this tab, before you let the noise of the world pull you back into the chaos, I need you to hear this, not with your ears, but with your spirit, not with your racing mind, but with your weary heart. I see you. I see the weight you are carrying. I see the tension in your shoulders when you think no one is watching. I see the hollow look in your eyes when you stare at the ceiling at 3 a.m., running the same scenarios over and over again. You think you are hiding it well. You smile at your family. You nod at your colleagues. You post the happy picture online. But I know the knot in your stomach. I know the dread that sits at the base of your throat. I know the exact thought that keeps you awake. That one thing you are terrified to speak out loud because saying it might make it real. But here is the truth you have forgotten. The thing you've been worrying about. The situation that's been keeping you awake. The burden you've been carrying alone. Give it to me. Do you hear the desperation in that plea? I am not asking you casually. I am not suggesting it as a nice religious sentiment. I am commanding your soul to release it. Because while you have been worrying, while you have been pacing the floor, while you have been making contingency plans for your contingency plans, I have been working. You think I am silent because I am absent. You think I am slow because I am indifferent. But I am neither. I am working in the realm you cannot see. I am adjusting circumstances that you are not even aware of. I am speaking to people who have not yet met you. I am arranging the winds and the tides of your destiny. But you cannot see that when you are focused on the storm. You cannot hear my voice when you are drowning in the roar of your own anxiety. Let me ask you a question, and I want you to sit with it. What if this thing you are so afraid of is actually the very thing I am using to set you free? What if the closed door isn't a rejection, but a redirection? What if the thing you are begging me to remove is actually the thing I am using to build your spiritual muscles? You spend so much time thinking about what could go wrong. You replay the problems in your mind like a broken record. You imagine the worst outcomes with such vivid detail that you actually feel the pain of them before they even happen. You are paying interest on a debt you do not owe. You are suffering today because of a tomorrow that has not yet arrived. And I am telling you, as the creator of time itself, tomorrow does not exist in my realm. I am already there, and I have already prepared the way. I never asked you to carry tomorrow. I asked you to trust me today, just this breath, just this moment. Fear wants you to believe you are alone. That is its primary weapon. Isolation. Fear whispers, no one understands your specific situation. Fear says, your case is different. Your problem is too complex. Your sin is too deep. Your failure is too public. Fear wants to sever the connection between us so that you have no one to turn to but yourself. And that is terrifying because you know your own limitations. You know you cannot fix this. You know you are out of answers. And that is exactly where fear wants you. Panicked and powerless, but you are not alone. I am with you right now, in this moment, in this struggle, in this season. I am not the God of the mountaintop who leaves you in the valley. I am the God who walks through the valley with you. I do not promise to remove the shadow of death. I promise to walk with you through it. You have been trying to control the uncontrollable. You have been trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. That is what worry does. It gives you the illusion of control while robbing you of the reality of peace. Let me ask you to do something uncomfortable. Put your hands out. Open your palms. Right now, wherever you are, open them. That gesture feels vulnerable, doesn't it? It feels like surrender, because it is. When your hands are clenched, you cannot receive anything. You cannot receive my peace. You cannot receive my provision. You cannot receive my guidance because your hands are full of your own anxieties. Open your hands. Drop the worry. Drop the need to know the outcome. Drop the pressure to make it happen on your timeline. You keep asking me for answers, and I understand. I know you want the blueprint. You want the 5-year plan. You want the assurance that everything will work out exactly the way you hope it will. But sometimes, faith means trusting me before you see the outcome. Imagine a child standing at the edge of a swimming pool. They are terrified. They cannot see the bottom. They cannot see the steps. They are crying on the edge. You are the parent in the water, arms wide open. You are saying, jump, I will catch you. But the child says, how deep is it? What if I slip? What if I get water in my nose? You are the parent. You know the depth. You know you can hold them. You know you will not let them drown. But the child cannot see what you see. All they can see is the unknown. You are that child, my precious one, and I am the parent with my arms wide open. Sometimes the miracle begins when you stop trying to control everything. Sometimes peace comes when you finally place the burden in my hands and you stop taking it back. Because you take it back, don't you? You pray and you give it to me. You say, God, I trust you. Then, 5 minutes later, you pick the problem back up, turn it over in your hands, and look at it from every angle again. Stop it. Put it down, my child. Think about all the battles you've already survived. I want you to take a mental journey. Think back 10 years, 20 years, 5 years. Think about that one problem that you thought would absolutely break you. The one that made you feel like the walls were closing in. The diagnosis, the betrayal, the bankruptcy, the rejection, the failure. Do you remember it? Do you remember the nights you cried yourself to sleep? Do you remember the mornings you woke up wishing you hadn't? Do you remember the sheer desperation of looking at the mountain and thinking, there is no way over this. There is no way around this. And yet, here you are. You are still standing. You are still breathing. You are still here. Do you know why? Because I was carrying you. You think you made it through on your own strength? You think your intellect found a way out? You think your willpower forced the door open? No, my child. When you were too weak to walk, I carried you. When you were too blind to see the path, I was your eyes. When you were too tired to fight, I fought for you. I am the God who parts red seas, but I am also the God who sends the manna in the morning. I am the God who topples giants, but I am also the God who gives you the strength to take just one more step. I have not changed. Say that with me in your heart. He has not changed. I have not changed. My love has not changed. My power has not changed. My promises have not changed. You look at the world today and you see chaos. You look at your life and you see confusion. You look at your bank account, your health report, your relationship status, and you think, God must be different now. God must be distracted. God must be angry with me. But I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. The same God who fed the 5,000 with a boy's lunch is the same God who is looking at your lack right now. The same God who raised Lazarus from the dead after 4 days is the same God who is looking at your dead dream. The same God who calmed the storm with 3 words is the same God who is looking at your raging sea. If I did it before, I can do it again. But here is the hard truth that you do not want to hear. You keep expecting me to work the way you think I should work. You keep expecting me to show up in a chariot of fire. But sometimes I show up as a still, small voice. Sometimes I show up as a stranger with a kind word. Sometimes I show up as a closed door that forces you to pivot. Your past is not a story of random luck. Your past is a tapestry of my fingerprints. Every time you thought you were abandoned, I was closest. Every time you thought it was the end, I was beginning something new. Remember that. Write it on the tablet of your heart. Listen carefully. I know you are waiting. I know you have been waiting for a long time. You have been praying the same prayer for months, maybe years. You have been standing on the same promise. You have been believing, hoping, trusting, and still nothing seems to be moving. And in that silence, the enemy has planted a seed of doubt. He whispers, God has forgotten you. God is punishing you. God doesn't care about your timeline. But I need you to understand a divine principle. The delay is not a denial. Say that again. The delay is not a denial. Think of Abraham. I promised him a son. I told him he would be the father of nations. And then I made him wait 25 years. 25 years! He was 100 years old when Isaac was born. Why did I wait? Was I being cruel? No. I was building his character. I was stripping away his reliance on his own schemes. I was preparing him to be the father of faith, not just a father of a child. Think of Joseph. I gave him a dream of greatness, and then I allowed him to be sold into slavery, falsely accused, and forgotten in a prison for 13 years. Why the delay? Because Joseph needed to learn leadership in the pit before he could rule in the palace. He needed to learn forgiveness before he could distribute food to the very brothers who betrayed him. The closed door is not the end of your story. You are looking at a closed door right now, and you are mourning it. You are crying over the promotion you didn't get, the relationship that ended, the health that hasn't returned, the opportunity that passed you by. But my child, if I close that door, it is because I have a better door. The struggle you're in today is not your final chapter. It is a comma, not a period. It is a plot twist, not the end of the book. I am the author of your story, and I do not write tragedies. I write redemption arcs. I am preparing something you cannot yet see. Think about how a seed feels, buried in the dark, cold soil, pressured from all sides. It cannot see the sun. It cannot feel the rain. It does not know that it is destined to become a massive tree. All it knows is the crushing weight of the dirt. You are that seed right now. You are in the dark. You are under pressure. You don't understand why I have you hidden, but I am not burying you. I am planting you. And when the time is right, I will break forth the green shoot of breakthrough through the soil of your circumstances. I'm working behind the scenes. You see the visible, the bills that are due, the diagnosis on the paper, the empty chair at the table. But I see the invisible. I am arranging things for your good. I am moving the hearts of kings. I am sending angels to prepare the way. I am working all things, yes, all things, together for your good because you love me and you are called according to my purpose. Even the bad things, even the mistakes, even the things the enemy meant for evil, I will repurpose them for good. I am a master of turning ashes into beauty, mourning into dancing, and graves into gardens. And when the time is right, when the pieces are perfectly aligned, when you are finally ready to steward what I am giving you, you will understand why you had to wait. You will look back and say, "Ah, now I see it. If I had gotten it then, I would have broken it. If I had married them, I would have been miserable. If I had gotten that job, I would have been stuck. Thank you, God, for not giving me what I asked for and instead giving me what I needed." My child, you don't have to know every step. That is the lie that paralyzes you. You look at the whole journey, the entire mountain, and you feel overwhelmed. You try to map out the next 10 years and you freeze because you cannot see the path. But I only ask you to see the next one, just the next one. The next breath, the next phone call, the next decision, the next meal, the next time you get out of bed. You only need enough faith to take the next step and I will guide you from there. Do you remember the Israelites at the Red Sea? The Egyptians were behind them. The sea was before them. They were trapped. I told Moses to lift his staff, but did I part the entire sea before he lifted the staff? No, the water only moved after his foot stepped into the water. I required an act of obedience before the miracle manifested. The miracle was in the movement. The water didn't part while they were standing still, panicking. It parted when they moved toward the impossible. That is what I am asking of you today. Stop analyzing. Stop calculating. Stop trying to figure out how you are going to pay that debt or fix that relationship or heal that body. Step into the water, make the call, send the text, go to the meeting, write the proposal. Do the one thing that feels impossible. And watch me part the sea. You keep asking, what if I fail? What if you fly? What if the very thing you are afraid to try is the exact thing that unlocks your destiny? What if your biggest failure was just the setup for your greatest victory? Choose faith over fear. I want you to speak that out loud right now. Say it with your mouth. I choose faith over fear. Now say it again. I choose trust over worry. One more time. I choose peace over panic. Do you feel the difference in your spirit? There is power in the declaration. Your words shape your world. The tongue has the power of life and death. You have been speaking death over your situation. You have been saying, "This never works out for me. I'm always broke. I'm always sick. I'm always alone." Stop speaking your fear into existence. Start speaking my promises. I have given you thousands of promises. Claim them. Declare them. I have said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Declare that. I have said, I will supply all your needs according to my riches. Declare that. I have said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Declare that. Your breakthrough is in your mouth. Do not give up. I know you are tired. I know you have been fighting for so long. I know the tears have become your daily bread, but do not give up. The harvest is coming. The rain is coming. The redemption is coming. Do not lose hope. Hope is the anchor of your soul. Without hope, the ship drifts, but with hope, even a tiny mustard seed hope, you are anchored to my throne, and do not stop believing. Faith is the currency of my kingdom. When you believe, you open the door for me to move. When you doubt, you shut the door. Keep the door open. Even if your belief is shaky, just say, Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. That prayer moves me. That prayer invites my power into your situation, because I am already in your tomorrow. I have already gone before you. I have already prepared the way. I have already softened the hearts you are about to meet. I have already lined up the resources you are about to need. I have already defeated the enemies you haven't even encountered yet. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I am not surprised by your circumstances. I am not panicking in heaven. I am not pacing back and forth, wondering how to fix this. I am already holding the solution in my hand, and I am holding you in my other hand. Nothing can pluck you out of my hand. Not your past, not your present, not your future, not your failures, not the world's chaos, not the devil's accusations. You are secure. So today, choose faith over fear. Choose trust over worry. Choose peace over panic. Choose worship over complaint. Choose gratitude over grumbling. Choose my truth over the world's lies. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Do you feel that? That stirring in your heart? That is my spirit, confirming my word. That is my peace, washing over your anxiety. That is my hope, planting a seed in your barren ground. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not a mistake. You are my beloved child, and I am well pleased with you. If this message spoke to your heart, if you felt a weight lift, if you heard my voice speaking through these words, then do not let this moment pass you by. Come back tomorrow. I may have another word waiting for you. I am always speaking. I am always guiding. I am always loving. Now go, take the next step, and remember, APM with you always, even to the end of the age.